If you want to understand Brexit and what happened last night, Britain's relationship with the EU, the whole thing, stop. Don't think about that stuff. It's not really about that. This is a global phenomenon. This is a revolt against technocracy and elites telling everybody else what to do. At the end of the day, for the past 20 years, 80% of the people have been told 80% of the time by the top 20% what to do, what to think, and what's good for them. Guess what? They've figured it out. The 20% needs to listen, because if they don't, they're going to find something out. The Hamptons is not a defensible position.
What's up, people? What's up, people? It's me, Crimson606, and wanted to get to know me based on these videos that I do. We spent time together. I will not be mad if they had an assumption of me, because what I say and what I actually talk about and be about is who the fuck I really am. This isn't some fucking, fake show of facade. I may not be as dramatic in real life, but the shit that I believe in, I act on what I believe in. And the only reason why you'll be shameful of that is if you aren't genuine of the things that you believe in. But let's continue with Jeter, you're wrong.
It's just weird stuff, man. It's just I'm not doing this so you guys can sympathize or cry for us. I'm just trying to give you guys like a glimpse into behind the curtain how weird and ugly a lot of this shit is. It's not fun. Like this face I'm making right now is like genuinely like ugh. Like if I could trade it in and just be like anonymous and still be able to post, I would. Take half the money. I don't give a fuck. Take 2/3 of it. If I could just have that, I probably would, because I don't like everything else that comes with it.
Sorry about that, guys. Trying to send this commission information.
It's really when I started.
Let's continue.
Receive DMs from random people.
Bro, the fact that you got a DM from a girl that I didn't respond to, and telling you to respond to me.
No, talking about weddings,
bro,
and wedding gowns.
What weddings? And how many kids we have? What their names are gonna be?
Yup.
Oh, you're not gonna answer? I'm coming for you. I was like, what are you talking about, girl?
This is just sad. Like, this is like really just sad. I don't want to even continue with this. God damn, I'm making good time. Yay. But yeah, this is just sad. It's just like, oh, woe is me. People know who I am, and they have comments and commentary about me on the internet, and like, I'm sorry, guys. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my thing, but like, I wouldn't want to actually. How do I put it? I don't know why he's like it's just whiny at this point. It's at a point where it's just like, oh, woe is me, and like people know who I am, and now I have to somewhat answer for some of the shit that I see on the internet. Oh, woe is me. Like, get the fuck out of here. It sounds as if, Vegeta, you're wrong, man. You're wrong. It sounds as if it's just people are catching you on your bullshit. And even though this specifically started on a false rumor, and yeah, false rumors can be devastating, but it couldn't be too devastating because, like, one, by your own admission, you were dating somebody who went to the high school around that time. Like, dog, like, yo, my sympathy for you kind of went out the window. Oh yeah, I didn't do it then, but I did it later. Like, dude, my sympathy for you goes out the window for that. And it wasn't even like it was 5 years down later. Motherfucker, you said it was like a couple of years later. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, it wasn't. So, 17, like, and it wasn't even about the maturity thing. It was just like, oh, it'll look bad. And then you go to this weird rant about how you hate being known for the shit that you do on the internet. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our final video.
The Hyundai Kona, the first car.
All right. So last video of the night, and this should be hella good. All right. So, you know what rocked the world of fucking video games today? Motherfucking Microsoft has bought ZeniMax. So that shit was a fucking game changer. PlayStation 5 is coming out soon. Xbox Series 1 or Series X. And there have been so many stories fighting and battling and arguing out. One of the things that happened earlier this week at the time of the recording, and I thank you. I know that I'm lagging, and I'm actually probably going to not do Fall Guys after this. One of the things that's happening at the time of recording is that PlayStation did just kind of come out with oh shit, that's going. PlayStation did come out with their Miles Morales trailer. It happened earlier, and just a lot of console war shit, right? And so there are actually people that are upset over politics in video games. I know, shocking. The things that actually depict real life and politics of real life that are talking about politics in video games and how politics should stay out of video games. I'm going to wait, because, politics have forever been in video games. And so you get these motherfuckers, anti-social justice warriors. And let's just go ahead and do this, because I think I'm finished with Fall Guys for the night, guys. Let's actually put this up, and I'm gonna actually close that. So just wait for everything to catch up. I'm sorry, my stream is actually a little bit slow on the uptake right now. And I'm just gonna cut this off. Thank you. All right, so let's see how this shit plays out. Let's go.
So I did a video the other day talking about this because there's a lot of confusion over this game. Is it DLC? Is it a standalone game? And while it is a standalone game, it's not going to be very long, probably like 10 hours long, which is kind of short in my opinion. But like, I really don't care. I really like Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
So first he starts, complaining about how the Miles Morales game is gonna be maybe DLC or shit like that, when we actually realize it's gonna be a fully fleshed out game. And you know what? Hey, I get it. People are a little bit worried about it because it's coming out so quickly off the heels of the Spider-Man game. Is it just going to be standalone? Is it going to be an addition? Is it going to be DLC? Even though I played the PS4 Spider-Man game and it was actually a pretty fun fucking game. I still have it and I still play it from time to time. But recently you get motherfuckers like this where they are okay. Yeah, hopefully so. They won't use the shit ass Bethesda engine that's been going on for the last 15 years. But speaking of engine, we saw the gameplay footage of it, and it looks like it's using a PS4 Spider-Man engine, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and it looks amazing. It looks different. It looks different enough to the difference between Spider-Man Peter Parker and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Kind of close to the same things, but it looks more fun and more fluid. But let's continue.
Man universe and all the characters in it. I like Miles. So I'm happy this is even coming. I welcome it. I think it'll be a fun game. However,
he just said he likes Miles. Does he realize? Okay. Spoiler alerts. Politics has been in comics. The fact that Miles Morales is a half African American, half Hispanic teenager that not only deals with being Spider-Man, but has to deal with the shit outside of being Spider-Man when the fucking mask is off. That's politics, motherfuckers. No, this is Yellow Flash 2.
however, all of the crazy media outlets like CBR here, this is a chance for them to get political, which they love doing. This is their favorite thing to do. And they have demands. If you remember a while back when PS4 Spider...
How much you want to bet he doesn't actually read out the article? He just talks shit about it. How much you want to bet?
Spider-Man came out. There was tons of articles about him. Oh, it's Spider Cop. That joke is bad. And because in the game he works with law enforcement, because, I mean, what does Spider-Man do? He captures criminals. What are you supposed to do with them? Put them in a space jail or something? Like, he's...
Okay, all my Marvel fans know they literally had a space jail. They had an extra dimensional jail. All my Marvel fans know this shit. All my Marvel fans know this shit. Not only that, if you play the DLC, you find out what happens when cops take the law into their own fucking hands. Hello, I'm looking at you, Yui and Spider-Man PS4. Yuri, whatever the fuck her name is. Turns like serial killer cop, but let's continue.
A low-budget crime fighter. He doesn't have a lot of money, and he's just trying to clean the streets. That's not his job to be a court of law. So he ties him up, puts a note on him that usually says, courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and that's the end of the day for him. But apparently now he needs to be judge and jury or something and not work with police. So what is he supposed to do? Vigorously?
No one says the whole thing. And yeah, when the Spider Cop thing was actually written into the script, it was in 2018, dog, in 2017. It was before the shit that happened now. That literally the Spider-Man game is almost continued.
Shake his fingers at criminals and give them some kind of, take them, maybe, I know, he's supposed to take them to social workers. That's what he's supposed to do. Okay. It's funny. So because he worked with Captain Yuri specifically in that game, he worked closely with the police, and that was a big problem for a lot of these websites. And they all wrote articles vigorously angry about it and tried to just cramp up everyone's good time with the game. And
wait, and it was actually said multiple times that he was doing shit outside of the law. Literally, he's a vigilante. The motherfucker works outside of the law. And quite frankly, the cops were not competent in Spider-Man PS4. It just was a thing where you as a cop are dependent on a motherfucker who lost his uncle due to violence to game. Like, for real. No, you mad because people complained about it. And you like the taste of fucking boot leather that these motherfucking cops have. Fuck out of here.
And no one really paid too much attention to it. I laughed at it. A few other channels laughed at it because it was ridiculous. It's a video game in a fantasy world. Who cares? But, you know, everything going on right now in the world, now Miles Morales needs to address the first game's cop problem. Marvel Spider-Man for PS4 paints a disturbingly banal portrait of the NYPD. And Spider-Man Miles Morales for PS5 needs to address that. A couple of algorithm hits right there. Spider-Man for PS4 and Spider-Man Miles Morales PS5 right there in two separate sentences. Catching several things at once, aren't you? And you even got NYPD and all kinds of stuff in here. Excellent job, CBR. You have...
I mean, like, it seems like this dude is butthurt that CBR has more views than he does. I'm just saying, like this motherfucker is just mad as shit. Vegeta, I don't think he'd be killed the Ultimate Universe. He may have went to like San Francisco to help the Avengers because Peter Parker that Spider-Man, all the PlayStation and video game whatever. So, and you know, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales coexist in fucking New York at the same time. It's just whoever gets there first or some shit in a lot of cases. But like, yeah, no, I don't think he'd be killed off. But like, this motherfucker, boy, it's just like conservatives are only mad that people abuse the algorithm when it's not them. If it's them, they abuse the algorithm all the time to get the clicks and the likes. But no. They need to motherfucking... No, we only get to abuse the algorithm. We only get to break decorum. We only are the ones to not cede power when we're fucking losing. Everything else, bow your head, motherfucker.
Captured several search results with this subheader and even the headline. You guys are up in your game, I got to tell you. So you can already see what they're doing here. This is a chance for CBR, of course, to get into the activist saddle and demand games. Now, here's the thing about this, before I even go over the article a little bit. The game's practically done. Okay, it's coming out this year. It's supposed to come out, I would imagine, by Christmas, if not a launch title for the game, or for the system. It would be smart of them. If this launched with the PS5, that would be smart.
I think they said it will launch with the PS5 or come out shortly afterwards. I mean, like, you know, if it doesn't, okay, so what? Like, it's gonna sell at least 5 million. I'm gonna put that on record. Spider-Man Miles Morales, after seeing that trailer, is gonna at least sell 5 million. But let's continue.
Don't know. I think it's coming to the PS4 as well. They're just not going to say that. They could clear up a lot of the confusion around this game and what it actually is. Like, is it going to be downloadable if you already have Spider-Man PS4 or the remastered Spider-Man PS5, which I'm pretty sure is coming? Or is it, you know, are you going to be able to buy...
All right, so to clear it up, and this is a little bit old. This was June the 13th. So to clear it up, one, Spider-Man PS4 is going to have a free update on PS5, so fucking based. That is, I like if you guys help me out, I would be able to enjoy, like, not only building up the stream, but if you guys like and subscribe and share the content, I may be able to buy a PlayStation 5 and, I don't know, this digital copy. I don't know if I go to the digital copy, I'm going to get the camera again because I fucking... Whew, I'm sorry. I'm fantasizing. We need to be dealing with this motherfucking fantasy of, oh, but they coming for my video games. I'm tripping. And I'm probably tired. But let's continue.
two versions. They could clear this outright, say if it's coming to PS4 or not. They don't want to say that.
But and again, this is, and I have the luxury of knowing from the future that it is going to be a PS4 game as well as a PS5 game. So I'm being yeah. No, literally, Black Panthers were named after the Black Panther movie. T'Challa was named after the Black Panther movement. For real. Stan Lee was like, of course we named him after that. The fuck? All right, let's continue.
Because the truth is that most of these games, if not all of them, are coming to PS4. If you remember what Microsoft is doing, they've already flat out said every game coming to Xbox Series X is coming to Xbox One. And that's because people that bought Xbox Ones, they don't want to leave them behind. So I think for the first year, all of those games will be on both platforms. And I think Sony's going to do the same thing. I think they're going to do the same thing. And they just haven't come out and outright said it yet because it would kind of kill the hype of the PS5. And that's my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I really could be. But I think that they're going to copy that move. I don't think they've outright said they're going to do that. But I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to do that. But anyway, Miles Morales apparently needs to...
Okay, he's actually done... He actually has done literally a 5-minute preamble on talking about how Sony was fucking... He's on a 5-minute preamble on how Sony is literally has an issue with the games. And, like, again, I get it. Like, oh, God, I fucking get it. Because, you know, this is the week that we had the Miles Morales video. But, like, please tell me what your problem is with CBR. Should I have problems with them too? But you're just complaining because the game? Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
To become a judge and jury and not work with the police. So this is really dumb. They were really butthurt about that last when that game came out. I don't remember. I think that game came out, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? And man, there was all kinds of articles on it. They were so mad about that Spider Cop joke. I think there was a whole article on why him doing that running. They have it right here. Even developing a running joke about Spider Cop with Captain Yuri. That was pretty funny. There was articles just mad about that, and it was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. So we don't need to read this whole thing. It's just funny. I mean, that this article even exists.
Called it he wasn't going to read it. Called it he wasn't going to read it. He is too wrapped up in his own hurt feelings to fucking read the article. Called it he wasn't going to read it. But let's continue.
To be honest. So we go here. So Spider Cop may be an in-game joke, but the reality is that by fixing those towers, there's a side mission in the game where you go and you fix the NYPD's towers so you can get the whole map. This way, you can see the entire map that you're on. You can see, you know, so you expect Miles to develop a hatred for them in this game.
Ooh, can I? Ooh, can I? But he still tells him to be fucking an upright citizen because, you know, because cops. Every black family except some that are extremely written to the point where they not, no matter how fucking real or imaginary, no matter if their fucking parents are cops or not, they still have to tell their children that, you know, hey, you better be this way. In the Spider-Verse when Miles is like, do I have to sit in the back of a fucking police van? As if he's worried that it may look bad that a black kid is in the back of a fucking police car. It's almost as if, I don't know, it gives a bad image. Like, these motherfuckers act as if shit up. They act as if that, like, and he doesn't even fucking get it. The problem isn't that, you know, Spider-Man is working with the cops. And that's a bad because reasons, left, hate cops. We don't want Spider-Man to be judge, jury, and executioner. Fuck. Like, literally, in that fucking game, it is Feast where he is more talking about working with homeless people. And he's like, yo, we got to get these homeless people off the streets and get them help to actually make their lives better. But, lefties got to hate cops for some reason. For no apparent reason, right? Let's continue.
It's probably not going to happen. The interesting thing is I don't think that's directly his origin. I don't remember too much. So it's really weird what's going on with Miles Morales in the actual comic books. Because he started in the Ultimate Universe, and then there was this whole thing with his dad being an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and